Hello? I'm dreaming of you. I'm dreaming of you. I'm dreaming of you. I'm dreaming of you. Hello? I'm dreaming of you. I'm dreaming of you. If we drift to the horizon, if we let it all go, then will you come with me till we are free? If we drift to the horizon, if we let it all go, then will you come with me? I'm gonna make it somehow. I'm gonna break through the clouds.
Hey guys,
What's going on? It's your boy, Space Ghost, joined with me.
Curio Queen.
Today's stream, we are going to be covering that good stuff. We have stuff about the team, the NYXL. We have 5DV stuff to go over. And we are going to talk about your favorite food places, ways to get around the city for the upcoming Homestand event. And this is our second, not our first, our second Alleyways and Avenues event.
Yep.
Our first one was last year. It was excellent, and we are now coming back to grab the crew, get everyone together, and talk about your favorite stuff. So, starting off, let's go over 5DV, how everything started. My first experience with 5DV was at the, I'm going to say the second event at Waypoint Cafe. I think I missed the first one when we were watching on some Sci TV, but I came to the second, and I think there were about maybe 10 people total. And that was me, it was Mark and Mike, the twins, who you've probably seen at many events, and of course, Rich / Great Root Bear. And he welcomed me like family to the event, and he took me in, and immediately after going, I knew that this was a scene I wanted to be a part of. So, with that being said, I came back, I brought friends, they came back. After 5 or 6 events, we started getting a bunch of people together, and soon enough, we became the 5 Deadly Venoms family. We have our own merch.
Oh yeah, we definitely do.
We're repping it. Not me. I have some merch, not on me, but I have stuff. And basically, this was the OG supporters club for Overwatch League, yeah?
Oh yeah, totally. Day one originals.
We were kind of the pioneers. I can't really take credit. It's shoutouts to Rich, Great Root Bear, who put the team on his back and got us together. But this was the scene, and now here we are, 2+ years later. We got a huge squad, a huge squad, and now a homestand, man. It's season 3. We're back.
Oh yeah.
I'm hyped.
Oh yeah.
This is Overwatch League started from the bottom, now we're here. Like, we've got a huge group of people, and now everyone's out. Like, we have so many people coming through. I'm stoked. I'm very stoked. So
we actually do have the team coming through. Actually, they're hosting the first homestand, which is really exciting. So that starts on Saturday. But I did want to talk a little bit about 5DV and a little bit about Waypoint as well. So we're actually broadcasting today right from Waypoint Cafe, which is right in the Lower East Side.
You know it.
Would say, I don't know about the first esports cafe, but it's definitely up there. They've always welcomed us since day one, of course. And they have awesome computers, awesome coffee, really solid sandwiches. Actually, they started offering other stuff like soup.
Yeah, Waypoint really is like a cornerstone for New York City esports as a whole. I've been coming here since the beginning of Overwatch League. It is a fantastic place to game, to hang out, play Smash with friends, watch broadcasts, lose some SR in Overwatch if you want. It is great. I highly welcome anyone that would like to come by, hang out with us. We are a very welcoming bunch. It is an awesome place.
I don't know if you can hear that actually right now, but it is wild out there. A lot of Smash going on for sure, but just in general, everyone's playing all different sorts of games. But that being said, so 5DV, I think a lot of people have been asking about the origins, right, of the name. So 5 Deadly Venoms is actually an old kung fu movie, but also the 5 represents the 5 different boroughs in the city. It's very special to New York because there's so many different styles and so many different themes that make all of us individual, but also like each of the boroughs have their own style and flair.
They got their own flavor, yeah, I feel that.
It's actually kind of nice though too, because not just it isn't just that 5DV is like their own sort of style, but then we're also very welcoming too. So we've had a lot of watch parties, basically like everything that isn't at like 11 or 1 a.m. Well, 11 p.m. or 1 a.m. or like when the cafe is closed, or if the team isn't running something, we'll have a watch party for it. So we've actually had a lot of visitors. We've had visitors from Australia, from Peru, from Norway, from there's so many. There's from France, definitely from France, from Israel too. So it's kind of nice to see a lot of people internationally.
It's pretty sick
to talk about their experiences with esports in their cities too.
Yeah. I definitely think that this is like a bit of a melting pot for people to just like come through. I mean, like I've met people from across the globe like through Overwatch League. It's pretty sick. And I assume that this weekend I'm going to meet many, many more people from around the world. So it's solid. It's really cool. Let's briefly go over. Let's review. We got the team. We got some newcomers.
Oh yeah.
To the XL, that is, not to Overwatch League as a whole. Well, some anyway. But so let's see. We got Hoppa. We got Bianca.
Bianca, former XL too. Oof.
I'm actually really stoked. I think our squad's going to pop off a lot this year. Not that there's any doubt whatsoever. I mean, we are the NYXL. Like, we're pretty godlike. We're a sick team. Very excited to see how we synergize this year. I have a lot of faith in our new players. I'm excited to see the boys come back. They're back in town. They're actually back in town. They're in New York now.
Pine's already here.
We're going to go over that in a second. We're going to talk about karaoke and the rest of the weekend. But, I mean, we got Libra, we got Mono, Jonak. It's like...
SCB, the captain.
The squad is back, people. They're here. In New York, they're playing here now. Like, if there is a time to get hyped for Overwatch League and see your team in action... It's now, like, Season 3, you get to watch all of them come out in person. You get to hang out with these guys. Very, very stoked. Very excited for the team.
So Homestand though, so it's not just the 2 days. So actually, the way that Overwatch League is set up, it's New York and Dallas hosting the first weekend, but we're kind of focused obviously around New York. But aside from the 2 Homestand days, they actually have a lot of different events. Tomorrow they're starting free events at OS, but the main big ones are XL Karaoke with Pine, hosted by Pine. That's Saturday night after the games, starting around 8 p.m., I believe.
I'm in there, man. I'm so in there.
Are you singing?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Big time.
Here's what I kind of want to do is I kind of want to do that Aladdin song, but with Pine. How crazy would that be?
If I got to sing a duet with Pine, I would actually ascend. That's my goal for Saturdays, to just have just even a brief interlude and just sing with him. Like maybe just like a slow ballad, but I can dream. We'll see what happens.
Slow ballad.
Oh yeah. Ooh. Yeah, big time. I've already dreamed this out numerous days in advance. Anyway, sorry. Go on.
Oh yeah, but so the next day we actually have breakfast bingo. Well, it's bingo brunch. I call it breakfast bingo brunch, which is definitely a tongue twister.
A little more alliterative. I'm a fan.
But so basically that's all you can eat breakfast with bingo, so you can potentially win some NYXL and I think Andbox gear. So actually I believe if you do !XL weekend in the chat, you'll actually get a link to it, and we do have a special code 5DV, which will give you $5 off for both of those events. So you should definitely sign up. Tickets are capped, so definitely do that. But yeah, so with all of that going on, we definitely just wanted to take today to give you guys tips, give you guys any questions that you might have. well, I wouldn't say free waffles, but any questions that you might have. But I think one of the best parts about localization that Overwatch League really kicked off is that you have crews like us. There's so many crews in so many different cities.
Oh, yeah.
We actually tweeted that one out. But there's ones in Houston, there's ones in SF, there's ones in London, there's ones in Toronto, obviously, actually founded by Great Root Bear, which is Toronto Alpha Flight.
It's pretty insane how just a couple years ago there was one supporters group, and now there's like 15-ish ballpark. I feel like I'm in the general vicinity
That probably sounds about right.
That's insane. I mean,
Yeah.
that's pretty sick for a league that just started a couple years or so ago. So, I mean,
Yeah.
scene's growing. Pretty cool. Mm-hmm. I'm excited. I hope I get to meet a lot more people from a lot of different clubs.
But what's actually really amazing, and you were here for that actually, we did Homefront, which I actually mixed the names Homestand and Homefront. There's so many homes. There's also Homecoming, which we had 2 years ago, I think.
This is true. This is very, very true.
But, so we had Homefront 2019 on December 22nd. And, yes, we were first. But we had Homefront, and that was actually with 4 different teams, so it was really, really nice. We do have a roundup video, but we raised so much money. And actually, we're going to bring up this video for you right now.
Ooh. Yo,
you guys will be the first to see it.
Homefront vid
Oh, yeah.
by The Passion Flow. Are you guys ready for this
Oh,
vid?
he's amazing. But let's bring that up.
I'm ready.
now.
Let's do it.
Welcome one, welcome all to the 2019 Homefront Supporters Series.
Can they maintain this lead? Because last map they just couldn't hold it out. JD with a huge early pick.
Clean as heck, and now as Lone Star Vanguard tried to conspire, does get a pick onto the Zenyatta. Rose returning though, 5DV looking strong and in.
And there it is, Blizzard's up.
Ooh, and they are able to get around the wall, and it looks like Sound Barrier's gonna come down because that Blizzard lands with so many of the enemy team caught in it with Coalescence and the Sound Barrier back to back. So much healing, such a huge shatter from Gion. It's his time. He's been waiting for this for so long, and the collapse now onto Arisa. Fancy Shrimp popping off. They're pressing W. They're doing damage, and the rest of the Lone Star Vanguard gonna go down. What great.
All right.
Yo, 10K?
10.5K.
Not bad.
See, now that's across 4 different charities, but that is actually crazy.
Oh, yeah.
And it's not just, it wasn't just focused on any one charity, so it was actually focused on 4 different charities that we raised money for. And each of them had very special like causes near and dear to their hearts. So Atlanta, actually, they have a special relationship with the founder. There's the Dell's Children's Hospital, which is also really special to Lone Star Vanguard. Toronto Alpha Flight, actually, Rich started a very special project for power to get people like power in the trauma wards, which is awesome. And that actually was really awesome because he got a lot of support, not just from the city, but also from other city champions and from Toronto Defiant even. Just to like get that to its goal. So while Toronto did win, they gave their part of the charity pot to us and to LSV. So
pretty selfless. I gotta respect it, and they played really well. After their first set, I had a hunch. I was like, I think they're gonna start dominating a bit, and they ended up winning. Next year, maybe I'll come back and put a stop to that, but we'll see if I can get back on the team and get it there. But stay tuned. Anyway, a lot of talent with 5DV. We have editors, we have people doing graphics, we've got people casting, we have people playing really, really well. We have some insanely good Overwatch players here.
and they're all local too, really.
Yeah,
Like everyone here who was broadcasting was local.
There are a lot of cool people that come through to Waypoint and show off their stuff. I gotta hand it to them. Who else? We got people doing.
Oh, the MoGraph work was really good. Not just the regular graphics, but the MoGraph was so solid.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And that was both Bane and Shrimp, Fancy Shrimp.
It's also fair. We have event coordinators, people that are putting stuff together, people behind the scenes.
Like Lindsay.
Shout outs to Lindsay, LML. People putting together videos. I mean, seriously, like, if you're coming through to Waypoint, you get to see, like, this whole scene come together and just, like, do work and put out really awesome content. Like these, intertitles, graphics, videos, the frag videos, highlights.
Oh, all the work by James, too.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
It's super cool to just see everyone, like, do their thing and just, like, put out awesome content, man.
But it's also really cool, too, because we were able to build our own website, which you can actually see right up here, homefront.5dv.nyc. And actually, if you do Homefront, !Homefront in the chat, you'll be able to see a link to it. So that actually gives you more details about all the teams that played and all the different charities, and also a bit of shout-outs to our sponsors as well. I do want to mention that Coke came in with an awesome donation for Atlanta, so that was great. Love, love, love to see the support for local communities.
Pretty cool.
But speaking of frag vids, we had this played during Homefront, but it was so awesome, and guess who did it? But I feel like we should highlight it again.
Yo, the frag vid coming back?
All right.
This is a good one. All right, yeah, let's roll. Let's roll. This is a good one. And we're back with my lovely friend.
What up? This is Cram, also known as Mark. How's it going, Space?
It's going, man. Season 3 is on. We're cusp of back at Overwatch League. The off season is the roughest time of the year, and we're finally back.
I am so excited to see the boys this weekend.
Yeah, it's gonna be next level. I mean, it's like Christmas morning to me, except it's like 7 at night, and I'm just getting riled up. Really, really awesome weekend ahead. Super, super awesome. So, Krem is here. I'm going to fire some questions at him.
Fire.
About 5DV, the scene. Are you ready for these cues?
I am ready.
First off, let's just start very, very basic. How did you get into the 5 Deadly Venoms? How did you get introduced into the scene?
Yeah, so, my brother, being the Reddit user that he is, like most people in this day and age, found a calling. It was like a bat signal, right? Like on Reddit by this guy named Great Root Bear. And at first we were just like, that's a ridiculous name, first and foremost. But it was the idea of getting together to watch some Overwatch, which we appreciated. So we're like, all right, let's go. So we missed the first game for whatever reason. So our buddy was visiting from Chicago. We went to the second game here at Waypoint. And we walked in, and there weren't many people. I think it ended up being like 8 or 9 of us.
Yeah.
And there he was, the Root Bear in all of his glory. And he was just like, yo, what's up? I'm New York, but I'm not because I'm Canadian. But this is 5DV, and we're here to support NYXL. And I was like, I'm hooked.
Was 5DV even a thing at that point? Because I think I went to the same event, and it was like handful of people like gathered around like one TV. It was like old school like kind of like Smash tourney thing. Like you show up and like not a lot of people are there and they're kind of hanging out. I don't know if we were the Venoms yet. I think we were just people watching Overwatch League until we became a little more sort of cohesive as a group. But I remember you guys there. I remember Rich being there. But again, very, very small. Very, very small.
So Rich, initially, after we took our first picture when we were all like this, I think, or like, I forgot what we did in the picture. I wish I had it up. But, yeah, Rich already dubbed it as 5 Deadly Venoms at that point. Man. Yeah, so it was like the first picture, and then that became the new bat signal, for Reddit. Yeah, and it just kind of just grew organically, and it was a great experience.
And we've been going strong for close to like 3 years now. It's pretty sick, man. We've come a long way.
It's been a wild ride between all the events, the charities, and just the great times.
Like, the more I think about it, the more I realize how, like, many people I've met through the scene. Like, I've met well over 100 people through Overwatch League, which is through the Venoms. Like, this is what really introduced me to the scene and stuff. And, I know you guys, and it's so many people. It's pretty amazing. So, again, if you guys come by to Waypoint, like, come hang with us for a cool group. We'll welcome you. We'll take you in. We'll show you the cool spots. It's sick. It really is an awesome scene. So, with that being said, that is Mark's intro to 5DV. But the follow-up question is, what brings you back? What gets you coming back to Waypoint after these years, after all of these trials and watching all of these matches? What gets you coming back to the fan?
Yeah, so that's a great question. Thanks for asking. I actually watched a video on LinkedIn today about community versus followers, right? And what I find 5DV to be is more of a community, right?
Oh, yeah.
If someone follows something, they're just a number, they're just another person just blinded in and walking to say, I just follow this, I follow X. But when you're a community and you have this camaraderie and you have this place where you belong and you feel welcome no matter who you are, what you look like, how you dress, how you identify yourself, what you believe in, and you share this common interest and you can share that with people who are mutually going to respect you, that, my friend, is a community.
Oh, yeah. Big
and
time.
That is what brings me back every single time, of knowing that every time I walk through the doors of any 5 Deadly Venom event, I know everyone in the room is going to respect and appreciate me as much as I will respect and appreciate them.
Well said. That's very eloquently put. I would very much have to agree. It's always welcoming, no matter where we are. If we're at Woos, if we're at Waypoint, just going to any of the games, it's always just super heartwarming to see everyone. And it is always a place where I feel like I could be myself, and I can just be comfortable, and I'm watching a game that we all love, and we're all rooting for the same people for the most part. And again, it really is just a wonderful scene. So, agreed, 100%. Super, super, super agreed. How much merch do you, as a player, as a spectator, as a fan of the NYXL, own?
That's a great question. I have a lot of hats. I like hats.
Same.
I was going to wear a hat on stream. I actually had it on my kneecap the entire time. But I literally was just like, maybe I shouldn't wear a hat because then you wouldn't see my face, which I want you guys to see my face so you can recognize me and say hello. I saw you. But I have a lot of hats, bunch of t-shirts. My favorite article of clothing that I have right now is the first edition of NYXL crew neck and sweatpants.
That's clean.
From the PlayStation theater event that they had in the first pop-up shop where the whole team was there.
Oh yeah,
dude,
I know what you're talking about.
I loved it. The blanket is cool too, but I definitely like the crew neck and the sweatpants.
Yeah, big time. I mean, the pop-up just went all out with merch.
All out. Time and time again, I say these guys always bring it.
They did, yeah. A lot of it's super, super clean. I mean, I have hats, I have pants, I have socks. I have so much.
The socks are great.
It's cool. Yeah, there's so much awesome merch for the XL, and they just came out with new shirts and stuff too.
I gotta say, what Ambox is putting out right now in terms of merchandise for NYXL is they're second to none. They literally are paving the way of what streetwear and esports merchandise can be.
Oh yeah, and we have the 5DV merch as well. We've got shirts, we got the jerseys, which I'm not repping right now. We have
bandanas, our challenge
too.
coins. The challenge coin is probably the coolest thing of all.
We have we got wait. Yeah, we got some sweet stickers too. There's a little too much light. Let me bring it back a bit. 5DV, these are sick. I'm putting this one on my PC. Super hyped about these. I like them a lot. They're hexagons. Shout outs to my favorite shape. Anyway, with that being said, hexagons. All right, there's actually.
I need an explanation.
I'll go into that another time. But hexagons are the perfect shape. But that's a whole other thing. Maybe on the next Alleyways and Avenues I'll go into that. But all right, so give me your quick elevator pitch on why you would attend a 5DV event. Well, too long didn't read.
Okay. Here's why you need to come to all of our 5DV events. You're going to have a great time. You're going to be welcome. You're going to be able to share your emotions, whether it's a frustration, whether it's happiness, whether it's sadness, watching this team that we all can appreciate and love. That's why you come hang out. You don't come hang out because you're bored. You come hang out because you want to be a part of the community.
And if you're bored, you can come through.
I guess.
We're accepting of anything. So, I think, I don't know if we have another video to run through.
I think we're going to a live view, aren't we, of the Waypoint right now? There's a couple of people playing some Smash right now.
We got some Smash going on. I think we're going to cut to that view, see what's going on here. We got people on the PCs. We got people hanging out. So let's check in with them.
Yeah.
See how things are going here.
Thanks for the question, Space. Appreciate it.
Thanks for hanging out, man.
See you guys soon.
Nobody said it'd be easy. I'm ready to go. I breathe you in like smoke. I taste that Cuban talk. Only the best for me. Pure as gold. You've got a hold on me. Feeding my revelry. My revelry. I've been running out of time to be wasted. Now I'm running out of air. You're running on my mind. Now I'm awakened, awakened. I've been looking for the light. I'm holding on. I'm trying to lose the fear. It's running on my mind. It's running on my mind. I've been running out of time to be wasted. Now I'm running out of air. You're running on my mind. Now I'm awakened, awakened. I've been looking for the light. I'm holding on. I'm trying to lose the fear. It's running on my mind. It's running on my mind. Stay with me
I stayed awake last night, 'cause I couldn't close my eyes and see you another night. I drove myself crazy thinking you'd take my wildest dreams and tear them all to the ground. So I tried to create a decoy world for you to destroy in my mind. You can stay and believe you're tearing me apart while I'm coming to life, while I'm coming to life.
Hey everyone, I've got a special guest with me here. Pine, hello.
Hello.
Welcome to New York again. Welcome back. Welcome home. Your second home. We're happy to have you. How has your trip been so far?
So good. So I said New York still is very nice city.
Do you have any favorite parts of New York City so far, or are you still exploring?
Exploring.
Exploring, yeah. Okay, fair enough, fair enough. And I was always curious, what's it been like transitioning or changing from being a player on the Overwatch League to a full-time streamer for NYXL? How has that been for you?
I think it's good.
You like it?
Yeah, I like it.
That's awesome. Yeah, because I stop by your stream all the time. Love it. If you haven't checked out Pine's stream, make sure you follow him on Twitch. The best place to catch him. He streams practically every day, and it's high quality Overwatch skills. All the great plays that we've loved watching him do in the league, he does for NYXL on his Twitch account. Pine, can you tell everyone your Twitch handle, your username on Twitch, so people can find you?
Twitch is tip to pine.
T2 Pine.
TF2.
Oh, TF2
Yeah.
Pine. So make sure you follow him.
Awesome game.
So, Pine, you're here in New York City. Why? Tell the fans why you're here.
It's why I will meet our fan and I fan, and then I will sing Saturday.
Some karaoke.
Yeah.
Are you excited for that?
Nervous.
Don't be nervous.
Okay.
I promise I'll be there too. I can't sing either. Oh, I don't know if you can. Can you sing, Pine? Are you a good singer?
I don't know.
You-
Actually, I don't know.
So, what is gonna be your first song at the karaoke event?
Korean song.
Korean song? Okay.
Yes.
Very nice. Very nice. Have you had the chance of seeing the other guys from the team yet? Are they here?
Can you say it?
Like the teammates, like Sabiobi, and are they here already?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Cool. Very nice. Very nice. Awesome. I would love for you to give us a shout out to the 5 Deadly Venoms if you don't mind. Like say, hey, come check out 5 Deadly Venoms at Waypoint Cafe.
Okay. Can you guys check five Deadly
Venoms.
Cafe?
Waypoint Cafe.
Waypoint Cafe.
Good job.
Sorry.
No, that's okay.
I'm
Listen,
nervous a little bit.
it's okay. It's totally cool. This is the reasons why we love you, because you can be you no matter where you are. So we appreciate everything that you've done for New York City, for the organization, and for all of us. So thank you so much, Pine, for being here. We're gonna take a short break. See you later.
See you later.
City lights are dancing, slowly falling apart. The shadows causing an outbreak of wishing upon a star. This time I'm feeling stronger, and I know I can do better. The shadows causing an outbreak. I'm turning the light. We're gonna light it up, oh, light it up, ooh, light it up, causing an outbreak.
Hello, everyone. How's it going? We are back.
Welcome back.
Big grins on our faces.
Pine here.
Pine,
Kidding, I'm not Pine.
Pine has transformed into the wonderful Bane.
Hi.
So, Bane, how are you?
Good. How was it interviewing Pine?
It was an awesome experience. Not gonna lie, we didn't know he was coming.
Yeah.
It was like,
very unexpected.
oh, Pine might come, but we're like, oh, he's probably like, busy doing New York City stuff. And then all of a sudden, look who just happens to walk in the door.
Yeah, I witnessed because we were sitting here just moments before he walked in, and we had the live cam up, and you were just happened to be looking like we were about to go live, but then you were like, Pine just walked in.
I was like,
yeah. Unmistakable. Absolute legend.
yeah, it was really cool interviewing Pine. He's great. His English definitely improved so much from his
I'll
last
have to
time here.
Watch back the VOD.
Yeah, definitely watch the
I want to hear
VOD.
what you asked.
I asked a couple cool questions. I definitely asked the hardest question, which was his transition from going from pro to full-time streaming.
Yeah.
Which he did
Right.
answer really well, which was nice to hear. And
No spoilers.
no spoilers. No, none.
Yeah.
No spoilers. All right, let's get down to business. Let's talk about our avenues, our streets, New York City,
No
general
alleys.
overview.
We
No
actually
alleys.
don't have that many
Please
alleys.
don't go
despite
down the alleys.
the misconception. But yes, lots of avenues, lots of streets. The basic rundown for specifically Manhattan and where Hammerstein Ballroom will be. Streets go from north to south, or south-north, whichever. And avenues go horizontal, east to west. So,
Yeah, so if you ever get lost, you definitely want to go to a corner of any street. You'll always see the cross streets. So New Yorkers use cross streets a lot versus just having the one street, like in most suburban areas. So if someone's asking you like where you are, it's more something like, oh, I'm on 34th and 12th, or I'm on 42nd and whatever.
and 34th and 12th would fully read as 34th Street and 12th Avenue.
Right.
Because it's usually, I don't know, do you say avenue first then, street then avenue, or?
I go street then avenue
Right, yeah.
because it's like,
That's not something I think about very often.
yeah, it just kind of rolls with the tongue. So I always go street first and then avenue. It just
It's
makes
like
more
the
sense
bigger
that
number
way.
than the lower number, because there's more streets than there are avenues.
Right, and it's like if you're writing out the address on a letter, right? It's like 34th, like 111 34th Street is what you go with. So
Right.
that's how I base it off of.
Right, yeah. Like if you're exiting Penn Station, which a lot of you might be exiting, there's like 50,000 exits to Penn Station, and it's a never-ending. Honestly, Port Authority is worse. Sorry, but Penn Station is slightly more tolerable.
As someone who commutes to Penn Station every day, I resent that.
Port Authority is worse. It is more depressing. They put like a little more lights in Penn Station, you will admit. The New Jersey Transit section is tolerable.
The new side is. The new side's very nice. It's very clean. I wish a little more circulation, but otherwise
No,
it's
that's
very
impossible.
nice. I
They'll
know.
have to like collapse the ceiling to allow for more
Please
circulation.
don't. Please. Anyways, moving on. So a couple things about getting around New York City. There's multiple forms of transportation. You have cabs.
Yep.
You have the
Classic
MTA.
yellow cabs.
Yep, the classic yellow cabs. You have MTA, which is your subways, your buses, and I believe the fare right now is like $2.75.
Yes, for a single ride.
Yeah. So my recommendation, if you're gonna be here for the weekend, you could buy like a 3-day pass, right? Or
Oh gosh, I haven't bought a 3-day
the
pass.
single
in
day
years.
or $10 pass, and then a 10-day
Yes,
pass.
you could do $10 or even 20. Just put a 20 on it,
Yep.
and it'll cover you for many rides over the next couple of days for sure.
Yeah, and also the bus is available. Buses run pretty well as long as there's no traffic. I don't
Yes.
project any traffic throughout the weekend, so it should be okay. I don't know if
You
there's any
know
like
more
crazy
about
events
driving
in New
than
York
you.
City right now. Yeah, I mean I drive every day, but nonetheless, and then obviously everyone's pseudo sort of kind of not really but necessary app Uber is available to everyone, like other ride sharing programs such as Lyft, Via, and I'm not sure if there are any others besides those three.
Not off the top of my head. There are also, God forbid you have the energy to bike in this cold weather, there are city bikes. We don't have electric scooters like some cities might do. I know I've seen people rent scooters in cities.
I'm a big fan of the city bike.
Yeah.
My job lets us have them, so it's part of
Oh.
our subscription. But I do love it. It's really useful. The bike lanes are great as long as you use them.
and-
Definitely follow the bike lanes.
Definitely, I think in Midtown, the streets are a lot roomier.
Yeah, it's really good. If you guys need a map, Google Maps is always available. If you have data, you can
Totally.
always go to like Starbucks or something for free Wi-Fi. But definitely don't feel shy to ask someone for a question of directions, because
Exactly.
even though New Yorkers have a little bit of a bad rap for being rude, people will help you. Like they will say like, "Hey, which way is to the west side?" They'll be like, "Oh, that way." Now leave me alone. But
Yeah.
it'll happen nonetheless.
No, this is Queens, Brooklyn. Queens.
Queens, Manhattan.
Central Park.
Wait.
Oh wait, no, I get it now. This is.
Oh, there we go.
Central Park.
There we go. Central Park is here.
And
then we're down
I'm
here.
not wearing my glasses.
We're down here. Oh, there we go. Right here. Broad Street. I can't see the rest
Broad
of it.
Street, yeah.
I'm blind. Anyways.
Broad Street is fine.
So this is a New York
That's where
City
I just came
subway
from.
map. And in this map, you'll see all the different colors and numbers.
Hammerstein Ballroom is. I feel like a weather person chasing the mouse.
Anyways,
There.
so every single line is color
Somewhere
coded.
around here.
Every single line is color coded. So if you, as long as you know the number and the color associated with your line, you can follow the map.
I keep thinking to go this way, but it's actually this way.
Waypoint
yeah,
is that's what I was trying to get to until
You
Bane
want to touch the wall?
threw at
Touch the map?
Hammerstein. Oh, the map. We're down here
I'm
in
like.
this area. It's commerce.
This is the G. Don't ever get on the G. Hopefully, you never have to ride the G.
Yes.
And if you really want to ride the D, it's the orange line. Right?
Right.
here. BDFM.
Anyways, so New York City is definitely a grid, east, west, north, south. Don't forget that. Everything runs pretty linear. New York City is kind of like in squares, so it's pretty easy to find.
Specifically Manhattan.
Yeah, specifically Manhattan. Obviously, there's 5 boroughs. If you are in anywhere that's not Manhattan during the weekend, you've definitely gone the wrong way.
Yeah.
Turn around. In most
if you're
cases.
if you're on the subway for more than half an hour,
Yeah.
you're probably going to end up in Queens, Brooklyn,
The Bronx.
You know, if you're staying within Midtown to downtown, your train, your sub, hopefully, given no delays and less waiting, you shouldn't be on the subway for more than 15-20 minutes.
Yeah. Also, as Pedromi is letting us know in chat, as the higher you go, the numbers go up, and the lower you are, the lower the numbers go. So you'll always know which direction you're headed in.
Or if you get dizzy getting out of the subway, what I like to do, because sometimes I just don't feel like reading, if the sun is setting in the west, that means you're going west. So if you just follow the sun, if it's here, then maybe you'll know where you're going.
Are we sailors?
Well, look, in the age of, look, if my phone can't tell me where I am, I'm looking at the sun.
Okay. We do have apps for this. Anyways, let's talk about traveling to Hammerstein. So the easiest place to go is going to be Penn Station. So that's on 34th Street. There are tons of trains that get there, specifically being the ACE, which is the blue line, which is this line right here, or the 123, which is the red line here. I'm getting much better at this. Anyways, you want to take that to about 34th Street or Herald Square.
Well, Herald Square does
Oh.
not go into Penn Station.
Right.
It is next to Penn
It's
Station.
next to it.
I've made that mistake so many times earlier on when I was learning. The BDFM and the NQR, they get off at Herald Square, but it does not directly connect to Penn Station. If
Right.
you're like, oh, I want to, it'll be convenient if I just get off at Herald Square and then walk to Penn Station from the same underground entrance. It's a lie. It's not there.
I don't know if we have the ability to show a comparison of how far they are from one another, but I want to say that it's probably like
Herald Square and
Penn Station.
this is like,
yeah,
it's
probably
like
like a 5-minute walk, 5-10 minute walk.
exactly, yeah.
It's nothing too crazy. We're talking about blocks apart from one another.
You can see Penn Station when you get out at Herald Square.
One of the parts of Penn Station.
True.
One of the many parts of Penn Station.
It is connected
Anyways,
to Madison Square Garden.
let's move on a little bit. Let's talk about the food. Let's talk about the eats, the yum-yums.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about the bars and the drinks for those who are 21 and over.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, let's talk about a couple places. So
I think one of the highest levels of interest in esports realm is Korean food, namely Korean barbecue. And that is within, let's see, if Hammerstein is on, what, do you know what avenue Hammerstein is on?
I can't.
8th Avenue?
8th?
Yeah, so it's probably. So K-Town is about a 10-15 minute walk from Hammerstein, around 32nd, 5th Ave. If you head towards 32nd, 5th Ave, you're going to hit K-Town pretty soon.
You want to hear my sailor's moment? Whenever I want to get to
Oh.
K-Town, I always walk towards the Empire State Building.
Yeah, there you go. It is definitely nearby the Empire State Building.
Yep. So, anyways, moving on. So, a couple great places in the areas like Haymaker. Haymaker is, kind of on the pricier side when it comes to things, but they have a decent craft beer selection and American whiskey. I like that place. I went, I think 2 months ago with my brother, and they had a large.
Do you remember your visit?
No, I stumbled to the train station, but they had a large selection
See, that's
of whiskey.
the real sailor. That's the real sailor story, is getting home.
We don't need to talk about that. Anyways, TikTok, Shake Shack, TikTok Diner. I was thinking TikTok the app, guys. Let me live.
There's a C in there.
There is. Anyways,
We're cheating. We have a sheet.
we have a sheet over here. TikTok Diner though is available. It is delicious. Their menu is off the chain. It is like
TikTok Diner?
TikTok Diner. It is
Because Shake Shack is also pretty
delicious.
good.
Most diners in general, but I think the quality of food you get at TikTok.
But you're a Jersey
definitely
guy,
supersedes.
right?
Whoa.
Hey, look, I'm Jersey.
Whoa. I am a New Yorker through and
Oh,
through.
okay.
I just reside
Gotcha.
in Jersey now.
I was going to say, New Jersey has some pretty good diners.
They do. And they actually have
For some
arguably the best diner in Top's Diner in Harrison, New Jersey, or Newark, I think. Whatever the line of the border is. Anyways, back to New York City. Shake Shack. I don't want to hear anything about In-N-Out ever in this city. Shake Shack is the ultimate burger in terms of a fast food level. There are obviously great places you can go to for burgers and bars. If you need a list, I can get you one. There's someone at my job who's like a burger connoisseur. Swear to God. He has tried 50 different burgers, rated them all 1 through 5. It's insane. And the guy's smaller than you.
What?
Yeah. I kid you not. Anyways, we do have an awesome segue that we can go into from our Avenue and Alley's YouTube video. It's for, I believe, Gallery 32?
Yes, it
Gallery
is a place
32.
in K-Town. It's like a little food court. And we'll let the video do all the talking. We're over here.
Hey guys, Arena here at Food Gallery 32. Hey guys, Arena here at Food Gallery 32 on 32nd Street here in Midtown. Food Gallery is a great place to grab a bite because it has 3 floors of food options. It's really great for having a lot of variety. So the price is great, the options are great. Let's go try out some food. We just finished eating up at Food Gallery 32. The food was really great. I love trying like so many different things. We just all bought our own thing, brought it to the table, shared it around. What did you think, Bane?
I went upstairs on the second floor, got the fried chicken, pelicano, a little box. I got soy sauce and scallion served with it. It was so good. We shared a lot because it came with a lot of fried chicken.
Dude, there's so much chicken.
Yeah, you even got some to take home with you too.
I know, I do have leftovers.
Another favorite of mine was Kung Fu tea. Kung Fu tea is like all over the country, but my favorite thing about Kung Fu tea is just like the specialization you can do with it. Like I need it less sweet, get a little bit less ice, so then you get a little bit more drink with it. But on a hot day, regular ice might be good enough.
Yeah.
So yeah, check out Food Gallery 32 if you want a lot of options at a great price here in K-Town.
What's going on, guys? Padrone me again. Want to take you guys out for a little bit of lunch. Right now we're over in Union Square on the corner of 14th and 3rd Avenue. We're here at the famous Joe's Pizza. You might actually recognize it because it was actually in Spider-Man. Joe's Pizza actually has multiple locations, most famously known for their location over on Carmine Street. But what's great about Joe's Pizza is that it's a true traditional New York slice. Now I know New York pizza is such a controversial topic as everyone thinks they know their favorite spot, but this is my spot. Let's go get a slice. It's a real, ooh, you can hear the crunch in the crust. New York pizza. Now that's pizza.
Ooh, okay. So that's how that works. This is my first time using one of these.
There's like a red line over there.
Oh, that one? Doop-a-doop-a-doop. Cool. All right. We're here with Happy. This microphone, yeah, you can.
Okay. Hello.
Hi. How are you today?
I'm good. Yeah.
Enjoying your rainy New York evening?
Yeah, pretty much.
Were you here earlier playing games in the?
Yeah, I was. Good to see everyone again. It's like,
Yeah. Do you? So we do have some questions. As you're a local fan, you've been to a lot of these meetups. You've been around since first season with us, and we're so happy to have you here today. First question I will ask is, how do you feel about the localization of Overwatch League and having our team here?
I think it's really cool to see the team over here. It's like they feel like they're part of like New York now, and whenever the players have come over, they've said how much they've enjoyed it. So it's really nice to like feel like, you know, they're like people like in the neighborhood as well. Yeah,
I agree. Like even when they were stationed in Blizzard Arena for a very long time, they still felt like they belonged in New York City.
Yeah, every time they came to like visit, and when they went to try some of our like, you know, food and stuff like that. It's always
going around and meeting local fans.
Yeah.
No, it's really cool seeing new players, especially non-North American players, embrace New York City so hardcore.
Especially because New York City is so multicultural anyway. It's great to see that. Yeah.
It's very close to Seoul, Korea, or any other metropolis. Totally. So, next question. Who is your favorite NYXL player?
Definitely Jonek. I guess maybe because I play Zenyatta, so obviously it's like he's the Zenyatta. Whenever someone mentions who's the best Zen in Overwatch League.
So you've been watching him from the start?
I have been, yeah. It was super exciting to see him in NYXL, especially because I think he came on as not exactly like a super known player. I think.
Right.
Yeah.
Like not as many expectations.
Yeah.
As, say, like,
and then when he started performing, people were just like blown away.
Did you follow Jonak before Overwatch League, or?
Not as much. It's kind of funny. I started following NYXL more because I was like, I'm in New York now too, and my sister at that time was studying in New Haven, so she was like, yeah, let's go and like support the New York team. So whenever she came visit, we are like, let's go watch the games together and stuff like that while we're here.
So just kind of by chance, it's like, let's just support whoever New York is.
Yeah, and then so first that's how it started off, and then we're like, wow, we love this team.
Well, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So were you? So does that mean you didn't necessarily follow Overwatch until Overwatch League?
We followed it a little bit before. I know we followed a lot of the Lunatic High games and Rogue as well, and as well as like Misfits. But
a lot of the old school stuff.
Yeah. So like for a while I was following like Tivit quite a bit, though he's not in the league anymore. Yeah.
Right. Totally. Just as an aside comment, Happy here is an amazing, talented artist, and she made these custom figures. Your Instagram is
Happy Squared OW. So I did the figures for NYXL, though. You know, I've been doing it since I guess I went to like my first meetup, and I think I don't think it was called 5DV back then either, though I saw Rich there, and I know that someone there just saw one of my other work that I've done on and they said that I should start posting that online. So that's the only reason why I started.
I see a lot of your custom figures all over. I know you made a custom figure of the Jonak skin.
Yeah,
that was awesome.
Prototype. That one was a prototype. It did get given to Jonak, but I hope to do another one because now that I've learned a lot since starting it out. So a lot of my methods have changed since then.
Okay.
They're doing the NYXL ones. There was a lot of trial and error involved. Like a whole month of it was basically just creating figures that I had to throw away because they didn't really fit.
Because you're making so many for sale.
for sale, and I was doing some things I normally don't try out. So that's why there were like 10 figures that I made at first that I didn't think really looked that great. So I had to throw those away and remake the masters and remake the silicone molds that were used for them. Yeah.
So you're using molds to produce multiple.
So the first thing I did was I made a master out of like epoxy clay, and after that I would make my own 2-pot silicone mold for it. And
I see.
that had a lot of like issues because I wasn't sure after that what to put inside the mold. There were different like materials you can use, such as resin being one of them, and the other one being epoxy clay. So the resin ones didn't turn out quite as I liked, so a lot of those got thrown away. And then the epoxy clay ones seemed okay, but then after that I actually redid my the master copy again because I thought the shoes were too big.
Oh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. So something
How
new.
long has it taken for you to conceptualize the entire roster to producing an entire inventory for NYXL?
It was about a month of experimenting. I probably shouldn't have experimented as much, but I was a bit obsessed.
But you gotta get it perfect.
I was a bit too obsessed about that. I should have
No,
like let it
don't
go.
blame
But because of that, I only finished up all these figures like this week, right on the day that I had to turn it in, and I was actually like bedridden, so I wasn't able to work last week. So that's why there's actually a figure that's not going to be on sale that I wasn't able to finish, and that was because as the Sabiel B figure was supposed to come with a little BB, and I was just not able to complete. Yeah, and I just wasn't able to complete it.
The Sabiel Bs don't have little BBs?
No, they don't.
Oh,
And
now you just get to.
Yeah.
Now you have a little extra time to make little BB extra perfect.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's awesome. That's really cool. I'm excited to see because they're exclusive at the NYXL Homestand. So if you want one, you're gonna have to come in person to purchase one, and you can follow Happy Squared at
Happy Squared OW, and that's my Twitter and Instagram handle.
exactly.
Yeah.
Do you take commissions, or is it more of client based?
So for the NYXL ones, I don't feel right like selling them as my own commissions because it's technically their branding. So
Right.
a lot of
They
times that I
approached
made,
you.
a lot of the previous ones I made, I didn't sell them because, but now that
That's
NYXL
like
reached out to
more
me,
fan-
yeah, it's more
yeah.
like fan stuff. But because NYXL reached out to me, that's the only reason why I felt like, okay, yeah, it's their
True.
thing, they can sell
Right.
them if they want to. But
But
yeah.
if someone wanted a figure of say their own family member or their dog, is that something?
That's something that I might do. A lot of times I do these on like a donation basis, so I don't accept
Okay.
everything that comes my way. But sometimes I
It's a good
have,
cause.
that's first. Sometimes I have done something like that or like giveaways, but doing it for individually thing not consistent. Yeah,
Totally fair. I mean, it sounds like it takes a lot of time.
a lot of time,
a lot of planning.
a lot of time. Yeah.
You know, I was looking at your Instagram today, and I was so shocked to see how much detail you put, because I was looking at the Jonak octopus skin and seeing how you put together the individual orbs with the golden octopus on them.
Yeah,
It's
and
really cool.
And I'm hoping that the next one will be way more detailed now that I've finally figured out a better process for it. So.
Wow. Have you thought of? Now I'm just kind of. Now this is me purely being interested in your process. Are you thinking of? Have you ever thought of making something larger than your current figures? Like, have you ever just thought of sculpting from scratch? Or?
I have been actually. So I'm gonna start off with, now that I've finally started doing my 2-pot silicone molding thing. With this, I can start making more figures sculpted from scratch. So what I would do now, I think, is I'm gonna get some armature wire and some like either a polymer or epoxy clay to start like building those out and making more masters to try with different variety of figures.
Wow, it sounds like you have this down to like a pat, like the process it takes, so you're not afraid to experiment.
Most of this was like a huge experiment. Like for example, when I said earlier the shoes are too big, rather than sculpt the shoes all from scratch, I found out that if you mix your silicone mold mixture with mineral spirits and leave it for 2 weeks, the alcohol would dry out, making the mold shrink, making you have like a smaller copy of the exact
interesting.
shoes. And sorry, I'm like a total like nerd about this process.
As
I know
you
it's
should
like
be. You have every right to be.
So I can like probably talk on and on about like clay and stuff, which I do.
If I ever need help with any sort of silicone molding, I'll definitely ask you for any tips.
I'll tell you what the bad stuff I've done was that didn't work.
Save me from my own woes.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Save you time.
So another question that I've derailed because I was so interested in Happy Zone process. So let's say Ambox and NYXL have had historically pretty good swag. And what would you say is your favorite piece of merch that you've owned?
So I got some of the Unbox, the long sleeve like shirts from the from the Unbox pop up that happened a while back. Oh no, I think the favorite one was part of the Champion collaboration, the NYXL sweatpants.
Ooh.
Oh
really?
Yeah, that was on I think that was on the second pop up during
that
was the second pop up during when they had the play
Yeah.
the play
Yeah.
the play
the big warehouse.
yeah that one. So wear those all the time pretty much. That was pretty much
Right.
I was just basically, because I was pretty much a prisoner in my own home doing these pops. That's basically the
What
only
you
thing I
lived in?
wore, and it was really next part sounds kind of gross, but
Like-
I was just in my sweatpants and
I don't
at home,
blame
just
you.
covered, and now they're covered in paint now, so I gotta
That
hopefully
just gives them character.
yeah yeah.
Yeah, I regret not picking up NYXL joggers or Champion joggers.
Yeah.
Just 'cause
I wish I got another one because my sister saw them
Oh.
afterwards, and she was like, "I wish I had those too because they're so good on
do you think that
flights."
just from
Yeah.
person to person, do you think that they're a little bit big on you? Because I looked at them I am very small. I don't know that I would fit. It's a miracle I fit into this shirt.
My favorite
honestly.
my favorite fit is that I'm swimming in it. It's
That's
yeah.
when it's comfiest.
Yeah, it's when it's comfiest, and I kind of bought them at first because I was like, long plane rides because my family's on Singapore. I have to sit in a plane for 18 hours. I was like, if there's something you want to sit in
That's
for 18
perfect.
hours, it's perfect for it.
Absolutely
It's so good.
Yeah, even these are a little too tight.
Yeah.
The joggers I'm currently wearing, I probably wouldn't wear them on an airplane.
Mm-hmm.
So also going back to Nbox, now that they're in Call of Duty and Overwatch, obviously, what other games would you personally be interested in as an Nbox fan to see them kind of dive into?
So this is just so the first esports I was ever into was StarCraft. I know it's
Wow,
really? It was
Old school.
it was I got into esports. Well, not totally Brood War. It was actually StarCraft 2, so not complete original, but for me that's
Still.
that's for me that's the best esports to watch. It was what got me into gaming pretty much. So
Yeah.
that would be it. Though it's really different from I guess the FPS games that they're doing
And
now.
even the MOBAs.
Yeah.
But it would be cool to kind of see
It would
a
be.
newer team return to such an veteran esports.
Yeah, I feel it's more realistic if they got a CS:GO team or something, to be honest, because
Oh,
they're doing all these FPSs and
Yeah, I guess CSGO is one of the older. CSGO and Dota are some of the older esports that are still left open.
yeah.
To my knowledge.
Yeah.
Who knows? But yeah, no, that would be cool.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think what I would watch Nbox play. Maybe Halo, if Halo had a revival.
I hope so. The Master Chief Collection.
Yeah.
Once Halo 2 comes. So Halo 2 is my original jam. That I played that on I played that on Xbox.
Double tap on the VR.
Yeah. Dude, I loved Halo 2 so much, but I've got this stupid personal aversion to buying Xbox Live. So
Oh, you know what? That's fair.
I bought Halo 2 Vista.
Oh,
It was
interesting.
a PC game on the Windows Vista, which was
Wow.
which had about. So it's kind of funny.
Windows Vista.
There were about 300 people online. There was an aimbot that was posted on Mediafire that had 300 downloads, and there was only 100 people online at each time. So
Who downloaded it 3 times?
yeah, it was Halo 2 Vista had actually a pretty big modding community actually, and map making, and people hacked that
it
game
totally
like crazy.
did.
They even made a multiplayer campaign for it, just the fans. So because
would-
it's not completely not monitored whatsoever, so you could do all sorts of random stuff in the game. There was a
Exactly.
map you could shoot Spartans out of a battle rifle, just shooting models out of it.
The
And I think
possibilities were so endless.
Yeah,
it
it
would
was-
it would be awesome to see. As an old school Halo fan, 2 of us, it'd be so cool to see Halo on the level that Call of Duty has achieved localization, a New York Halo team, Nbox is waiting, NYHL,
I guess the first I remember when I was following Halo the esports, I followed Ogre 1 and Ogre 2 a
Yeah.
ton. I know,
Oh my god, even
I would love to go back to those moments.
yeah. Even my cousins were such big Halo fans.
Yeah.
I'm calling Ogre 1 and Ogre 2. But I'm trying to think of one more New York question. What's your favorite New York original? Pizza or bagels? Or bodegas, halal food? What's a New York staple that you enjoy?
Pizza, yeah.
Pizza?
Pizza.
$1 pizza?
Yes.
Yeah.
Whenever I can, but
Where's your $1 pizza joint?
I don't have a specific one. Just when just whenever my coworkers go out, that's what we get. Yeah.
Yeah. There's definitely no one singular dollar pizza place. There's always a dollar pizza.
Do you have your
5 minutes
favorite?
away.
Do you have your favorite pizza place?
Not so far, but Joe's Pizza is a good one, as a previously shown video. But there is just $1 pizza place, $1 pizza place outside of the one station on 23rd and 8th that is just next to the subway station. So anytime I get out of the one train, I grab.
It's like for convenience, you know. It's like I don't go to a place specifically for it, but it's more like this is convenient and tastes good.
Do you think a dollar pizza is a meal or a snack?
It's a meal. It's a meal.
When
Yeah,
you
it's
only have
huge.
one slice or two slices?
One slice. It's
One
like really
slice?
large slice. Yeah. Though I think my favorite thing about the New York food is that there's so many different kinds.
Yeah.
It's like it's a one of few like going away from Singapore, which is known for its like cheap food everywhere. It's like at least in New York, I can still get Singapore cuisine, even though it's like ridiculously expensive in New York. But you can still get it, you know.
Yeah,
or like
totally.
you can actually get good Chinese food in like Flushing too. So it's not just some. So I do like the variety.
Absolutely. Let's see. What have we got going on? Let's see. I think right now we're good to go to the live cam. Thank you so much, Happy. Is there anything else you'd like to point out or comment on before we let you go?
Oh no, thank you so much. Yeah.
No, thank you so much. It was really awesome having you, and I'm sure I dragged on being also interested in Happy's work. Check her out, Happy Squared OW. No spaces, no underscores, no uppercases, and yeah, enjoy the view.
Thank you.
Bye.
Waiting for
Oh shit.
Hello, I'm Kate.
What's up, guys? I'm Maz.
We're gonna talk to you about food.
All right. Hold on. So, all right, we're gonna start off with breakfast.
Breakfast. Let's do breakfast first.
All right. So I know a lot of you guys are coming from California or just, everywhere that's not New York.
Basically.
When you go into a deli and you order a bacon, egg, and cheese, I just want you to understand that that's one word. Like, you don't say, "Can I get a bacon, an egg, and a cheese?" No, you just say, "Can I get a bacon, egg, and cheese?"
No, and cheese. It is bacon, egg, and cheese.
Yeah, just one
no
word.
Spaces.
Just one word.
Yep.
And something that's underrated that's not talked about too often. You want a bacon on a cream cheese bagel.
Whoa, I've never had that before.
You've never had that before?
No, sir.
And you've been in New York for how long?
About 3 years. I'm sorry.
This is my point. Like, get a cream cheese bagel with bacon, and I promise you, you can go at, five Deadly Venoms on Twitter and let them know that I just suggested the best thing to you in your life.
Wait, so is it cream cheese on a bagel with bacon on top, or
Yes.
like bacon cream cheese?
No, like
okay,
it's,
so I've had bacon
so it's a cream cheese bagel just with bacon on it.
Okay, that sounds really good.
I'm telling you. At first, I grew up thinking it was disgusting. Like, and I was like, no, like, you're weird if you eat that. And then I finally had it, and I was like, all right, I've been missing out my whole life.
And now he's addicted.
Same story with, like, dumplings. Like,
oh, okay, fair.
I never had dumplings, and then I started hanging out with all 5DV, and one day they, like, force-fed me.
Yeah.
They held me down and literally made me eat one.
Yeah, dude.
And, yeah. I promise you guys, like I said, you can go at 5 Deadly Venoms and let them know, like, thank you for that tip, because it is the best thing you'll ever have.
I'm gonna have to try it now. Maybe this weekend, XL weekend.
Let's go. I'll buy it for you.
Really?
I'll buy it for you.
Done.
So-
Somebody clip that. Oh my gosh, we have dumplings.
I got gum in my
I
mouth.
have gum in my mouth too.
That's like it.
Oh, speaking of dumplings, okay, Vanessa's dumplings, literally right around the corner from Waypoint Cafe. I'm pretty sure that's where you got those, right? Okay, Vanessa's great. There's another one on 14th Street and 3rd Avenue, but now it's called Kent's Dumplings. Why are you flexing like that right now?
By the way, I'm just saying, guys. Yeah, no. So like, I was late on dumplings, and I thought they were disgusting too. I was pretty late, Also, I was late to having real ramen. I never had, the ramen I had was the 55-cent packs of ramen.
Instant, good.
Yeah. So like, and then when I first started coming around and hanging out, JD and Kevin had took me to go eat real ramen. But that was the joke of the night because I don't know how to use chopsticks. It's like I'm eating with like a spoon.
How'd that work with the noodles?
Yeah, not good. And then when you have a beard like this, no, it's not good.
Yeah, no.
I probably got home and I still had noodles in my beard. But yeah, this I'm sure you guys can get ramen in Cali, but we'll talk about more New York food.
Ramen is better in New York than it is on the West Coast. I'm from the West Coast, and that is a guaranteed statement.
All right, hold on. I got a quick question.
For me?
Yeah.
Okay.
And everybody in chat. Who says that you have to fold pizza in New York?
Like everyone.
Why?
I've never heard that you have to.
Like New Yorkers do.
Okay, but in Italy, if you don't cut your pizza with a fork and knife, you will literally get stared at in a restaurant. Personal experience.
Yeah, but
But
Italian
here it's
pizza
just
isn't the
like
same.
it's not the same thing. So I think with the New York pizza, because it's so thin and it's so wide and it's just covered in stuff and it's so good that it's really difficult to eat while it's flat. So the natural reaction is to curve it. I don't think there's a need
I
to.
guess I get that. I must be the one person who doesn't fold their pizza.
That's fine. I'm not gonna judge you for it.
Like
I'm
I
not one of
literally,
those.
we just had pizza, and I was thinking to myself, like, hold on, there's a conversation about folding pizza, and I'm not doing it. Am I eating wrong? Like, have I been eating wrong for my 28 years of living?
Chopped cheese.
Oh, we're gonna get the chopped
Okay.
cheese.
Be eating Domino's or Papa John's or any of that
No,
shit here.
please, no. You deserve so much better, and you can find it cheaper. I'm just gonna put it out there. You can find it cheaper.
Domino's, if you see this, can you pay me? But I have I have a confession.
No.
Domino's makes pasta, right? So they make like chicken Alfredo pasta, and it is like my favorite thing in the world. Like, for the last 2 weeks, I've ordered Domino's 5 times.
Can I leave the room?
Yeah, it's not. It's. Hold on, yo, I'm telling you, people know about Domino's pasta. It is good.
I guess they do.
It is really, really good.
Street meat.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh, wait. Oh, by the way, on the bagel talk, everybody come to Waypoint and get their what is it called? The Murlocs bagel?
Oh, the Murlocs bagel. True.
Yeah, come get that. That's pretty good.
Very good. If you've never had a lox bagel before, it's usually a bagel. Sometimes it's with onions, sometimes it's with capers, but usually it is cream cheese and lox. And here it is very good.
So you might want to do that.
Yeah.
Because it was mentioned, I guess we should hop on this chopped cheese conversation real quick.
I'm gonna let you take that one.
All right. So listen, if you guys have never had a chopped cheese, first things first, don't ever speak to me ever again. That's one thing. Second off, if you've never had a chopped cheese, I need all of you guys to take a trip straight up to Harlem. Right? You can take the M15 bus right from Waypoint, and chopped cheese is literally just chopped meat on a hero, and it's got cheese, tomatoes, lettuce. Of course, you can. What is it?
Hamburger.
Oh, yeah, it's hamburger meat. So obviously you don't have to get all those things. For the longest time I thought lettuce was disgusting. For years I didn't eat Subway because I thought you were required to get lettuce and tomato on a sandwich.
Wow, that is the stupidest thing I've heard today.
Yeah, no, I'm being completely honest. I grew up from there was a Subway down the block from me, and like my sisters and my brother would go get it, and they'd be like, "Hey, do you want Subway?" And I'd be like, "No, they put lettuce on their stuff." So I've never had Subway, but now I love it. But yeah, chopped cheese it's hamburger meat, cheese, tomatoes, onions, and I'm probably missing something, but there's a spot called Haji's straight up on Harlem, 110th and 1st. It was Haji's. It's now called Blue Sky Deli. And walk in there and just, hey, can I get a chopped cheese? Everything on it. And it is cheap. It's like $4 or $5. So you're not hurting your pockets.
But you're full forever.
But you might want to get two. Then again, I'm large. I'm a little bigger than everybody else, so I get I eat 1.5. But I promise, $5 will fill you up. And if you're in New York for the weekend, please go try that. Like, it is something I suggest. We have the Curio Queen, who has had a fake chopped cheese before. She's never had the real chopped cheese.
Fake chopped cheese. I wouldn't know. Is it more just like a Philly cheesesteak than chopped cheese? Because I know that's
Actually,
Is Buzzed in chat? Buzzed has some words.
if Buzz is not here, so Buzz took us to a spot. I don't remember what it was called. Do you remember the name of it?
Food Struck.
Oh, Food Struck. All right, so like,
Is that the
it's in Astoria, and it was solid food. Don't get me wrong, but it is not a real chopped cheese.
Was it fancy?
It's too fancy. It's too fancy for a chopped cheese.
Okay, I got you.
They cut it and put it in styrofoam, and I don't want that. Like, I want filthy, hole in the wall. Just wrap my chopped cheese up in a white paper and give it to me, like straight out the deli.
Right.
So, excuse me, but yeah, Food Truck was not bad. But if you've never had a real chopped cheese, please. I will take a group of people if you want to hop on the M15 with me, and we will all go get it. Like,
NYXL special. Oh, that would be an interesting thing to try to bring up.
we will all take a trip and we'll all go out there. And if anybody else wants to come this weekend, we're getting Kate a bagel with cream cheese and bacon.
We are. Add us on Twitter, I guess.
Yeah,
Can we
you
do that? Can we drop our Twitters right now?
Can we?
Yeah.
All right.
Is mine ksneaks_21? I think. I actually don't remember.
You don't even know?
So I'll be around for this weekend. I will not be at the games, but if you want to meet up and get some food,
yes, it's K_sneaks21.
you can add her, follow her, or you can follow me. At hold on, just to make it easier on you guys. I think wait.
The mic, bro. There we go.
There we go.
15. Why aren't you wearing that? You're just bringing it here for.
So I brought it. I brought it to just represent and let everybody know not only am I just I represent 5DV everywhere, but I am also the 5DV Uno champion. But that's
Dude, I still have to play you because I played a bunch of people here a long time ago and I whooped their butts. So I think we need to sit
and
down.
everybody you've played has taken L's to me. So
okay, that's true. So that's why we need to
shout out to Malik. Actually, I think Malik won that day, but we're not going to speak about that. I was being a generous guest and allowing. It's like you let people win.
Right.
It's like when you have a draw card and you don't
want to win field advantage?
No, you want to make people feel like they're at home first.
Okay.
Just saying, like,
I'll take your word for it.
there you go. Like, like if I ever come to Seattle and we're doing something, I expect you to let me win first, and then we'll go about it. Like, don't you swim?
I do.
So you want to have like a race and just let me win?
No.
All right, fair enough. Fair enough.
Definitely not.
I mean, I'm like a whale anyway. So, oh, burger talk. Can we talk about burgers?
Oh, In-N-Out sucks. I'm from the West Coast. In-N-Out sucks. Dick's is better than Shake Shack. Shake Shack is better than In-N-Out. Done.
Five Guys.
So
Five Guys.
Five Guys is the best burger you can get in New York City.
Okay, sure. I'll agree with that. I will.
And Five Guys, honestly, their burgers are probably not even the best thing about Five Guys. Their fries. The way they just throw fries in that bag, yeah. That's how you know it's the truth. But also, I do want to add, Shake Shack is overrated.
He said it himself.
Shake Shack is overrated.
The shakes are good, I'll be honest.
Yeah, but who buys a shake with their burger?
Is that a West Coast thing? Wait, here. Hold on, the light's effing it up. How do people do this? Oh, damn it. It's not
There's a burger on that phone. It's actually from Toronto.
So, Toronto doesn't know how to make food.
Rich, I hope you're not in chat. I'm sorry, bro.
No, I'm probably wrong. Toronto probably doesn't. You know, I seen somebody up in Toronto recently. They posted something about their food, and it looked pretty decent, but it's not. You know, it's not New York. But yeah, so if you guys remember last year when NYXL had the pop-up shop down in downtown Brooklyn,
yeah.
About 2 minutes away was a Shake Shack. So everybody was constantly going there, myself included.
Yep.
They probably made, you know, I probably kept that franchise open alone. But I still think the food is overrated. It's not good, and I think I was just settling because we were like in the middle of nothing else good.
That's true.
But Five Guys, do they have Five Guys on the West Coast?
Yes. Yes.
I've
many nearby.
the furthest places I've ever traveled to was like DC, so I've never like been far.
I mean, not In-N-Out. Oh my gosh, listen to me. Five Guys, yes, everywhere actually.
Yeah, so I've never had In-N-Out. Obviously, I've heard about the hype, you know, with people from California.
It's okay.
I have people who swear by it.
No, I think that's totally invalid, in fact. I think, so there's In-N-Out in California, and then somehow there's In-N-Out in Arizona, and probably In-N-Out in Texas. They're just, you know, spreading their fingers everywhere. There's a Shake Shack opening in Seattle. I was like, get out, leave. Anyways.
Fair enough.
In-N-Out, it's good. It's fast food. Their shakes are good. If you get anything from In-N-Out, make sure it's animal style, because regular In-N-Out burgers aren't good. I'm just going to put it that way. There needs to be cheese and onions on everything. You can get their fries, animal style, and it's good, but Five Guys is better.
I think Five Guys is the best.
Don't they have a thing where sometimes if you just ask for a small in certain places, they will just give you a large fry anyways? They'll just fill it up.
So do they charge you for that, or?
No, I don't think so. I think there's some places here that you just say like, I want fries, and they'll just give you the largest size, even though they have two different sizes.
All right, well, I'm doing that from now on.
Okay, cool.
One other thing too, if you're new to New York, actually, some of you guys who come to New York on the regular have also never had this, but halal.
Oh,
good old chicken and rice.
So good. Rice.
There was somebody who never had this who was coming here for the longest, himself, JD, and JD was, you know, on his path to losing weight, which, by the way, congrats to him on that. He never had halal one night. One night, so I was like, all right, we have to go. Like, this is disrespectful for you to. I know he's not from New York City, and he lives in the country, but still, you come to New York on the regular, you gotta know what halal's like.
Yep.
So, if you've never had halal, can you please make your way to 53rd and 6th? You'll be there's a Hilton Garden Hotel right there, and that's how you know you're in the right spot.
Huh.
And there's a cart. And there's about 3 carts in the area, and they're called the Halal Guys.
Oh, yep.
Now there's one, the one on 53rd is normally packed. So I think if you go over to the right a little bit, depending on where you come from, well, you can go to Times Square and walk there. It's not too far. So the one on 53rd is normally crowded. You can go to one on 52nd, and you'll get there a little faster. Just get chicken and rice, pita bread, a lot of white sauce.
A lot of white sauce.
A lot of white and a little barbecue.
Red sauce if you like the spice.
Yeah, if you like hot sauce, get hot sauce with it. But I promise you, this is different kind of hot sauce. Like, this might hurt a little bit. So, me personally, I get a chicken and rice, pita bread, and a lot of white sauce, a little barbecue sauce.
Nice.
And I think that's the way to go.
Yeah, I'm either a chicken or a combo of rice, half
Fair.
and half red and white.
Fair.
Depending on the place, they'll either give you, some do potatoes and lettuce, some do pita. They're both really good. Anyone's ever on 14th Street, there's probably 6 or 7 between, 2nd Ave and 5th Ave. The ones that you want to go to are the ones between 3rd Avenue and 4th, guaranteed. That little strip on 14th Street, the one in front of all the NYU buildings, that's why I know it, they're all great. But the one farthest, closest to 3rd Avenue is the best one.
See, you trust a lot of them. I don't. But you're also over there. I only trust 2 halal carts in New York City.
Okay, I've tried each one, and I've kind of decided which one I like more, even though they're probably making it.
It's bad when I travel. So I have one person who is my food buddy, and we literally travel from Staten Island to Brooklyn, Staten Island to Harlem to get chopped cheese and chicken and rice. So that's how you know it's worth it. That's a $20 bridge right there. But yeah, so they're 53rd and 6th, and then the ones Kate mentioned, and there's also one in Brooklyn. None of you guys should be in Brooklyn this weekend unless
You don't have any recommendations down there?
in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
I do. If you're gonna be in the area, 85th and 5th. If you're ever in Brooklyn, Bay Ridge, there's a pizza shop called the Pizza Wagon, and
Why does that name sound familiar? Have you mentioned it before?
I feel I have.
Okay.
So there's a place called the Pizza Wagon, and that's not where you want to eat. It's the halal right across the street from the Pizza Wagon.
It's probably
That's what it is. But that's the easiest way to tell somebody to find it. Hey, go to the Pizza Wagon and then walk across the street.
There's your halal.
And there's your halal.
Yeah.
And same order from there as well. Chicken and rice. Honestly, a lot of my friends have started off with chicken and rice, and then they've gotten into lamb over rice or combo over rice. So you might want to try that.
Okay.
But yeah, like I said, you guys at me on Twitter and let me know. Those are all good food suggestions.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
If you hit any of the halal carts on 14th, let me know. Add me on Twitter. Oh, there is a 5DV map. That's right. Is that going to be posted over the weekend?
Alleyways. It's already in chat.
Oh, beautiful. Look at that, because it honestly has a lot of really good places. And with that, we're going to move over to a little tidbit about Nintendo New York. Super cool store. Thank you.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Smackboy here. I'm standing in beautiful Rockefeller Center, New York City, and we're about to go check out Nintendo New York, one of my favorite spots in New York to stay cool in the summer heat and also play some video games. Let's go check it out. So here we are on the 2nd floor of Nintendo New York. I'm chilling with my buddy Pikachu here. This is my favorite floor because this is the Pokemon focused floor. I remember when they first opened this store back in 2003. It used to be all Pokemon. It was actually called the Pokemon Center. They've broadened it a bit. They made it more focused around Nintendo, but you can still see that they've dedicated a lot of real estate to specific Pokemon. My personal favorite new addition to the repertoire here is a life-size Whale Lord. Just kidding, guys. You can see they've had a lot of content from old and new Pokemon games.
DJ RCC.
So I remember back in, I think it was sophomore year of high school, I remember waiting outside of this store for about 6.5, 7 hours with a few of my buddies while we waited for the release of Pokemon X and Y. I didn't even own a 3DS at the time. I had zero intention of even buying the game. Yet after 7 hours of commitment, a lot of handouts from the Nintendo World staff, keychain stickers, whatnot, I ended up buying a 3DS and a copy of both X and Y. Super fun, a lot of good memories here. Well, as you can see, it's been a pretty successful trip here at Nintendo World. I got my hands quite full. played a lot of cool games, saw a lot of cool merch, and most importantly, had a lot of fun. See you later, guys.
Arena here in front of the Strand Bookstore on 828 Broadway. So, Strand Bookstore, it is the biggest independent bookstore in America with about 2.5 million books, so there's a book for everyone. So not only can you pick up a book, you can pick up some guides to New York City, help plan your trip, and we'll be picking some books up ourselves today. Let's go! Okay, we just got done checking out the Strand Bookstore here in New York. Jeremy, what was your favorite thing that caught your eye?
I'd probably say the vinyl collection there. Of all the things that's actually in Strand, they actually have a pretty sweet vinyl collection, which I was totally into.
And Bane, what caught your eye?
Well, I don't know if we can show it on camera, but there was a really, really beautiful book of nude photography. I picked it up and I just sat there for a couple minutes breezing through it.
I just really enjoyed all the merchandise they actually have in there, such as the pins, so I can add them to my pin jacket. So if you're in the area and you get off at Union Square, you can come check out the Strand Bookstore here in New York.
Oh, well, that was fast.
Hello, we are back here.
Yeah, I'm Kate. I was here literally 5 minutes ago.
I'm Aim. It's lovely to meet you guys.
And we have a little friend down here. You want to say hi? You're kind of covered by the... Do I need to lift you up? That's Bane, in case anyone was curious. Well, I'm here to ask Aim some wonderful questions about being new to New York. Kind of. Not really. You've been in and out.
Yeah.
But now you're here.
Here, yeah.
Thank you, Bane, for moving my... Can you not? All right. This card is literally called Newbies, so I'm going to call you a newbie for a little bit.
Fantastic.
So I know you were here, 6 years ago?
So I have been traveling back and forth from New York to Australia for, a good few years now.
Okay.
One of my best friends used to live in the city, so
There
I
you
would
go.
visit her at least once a year, and I think that tradition started, 4 to 6 years ago. I've lost count.
All right, so pushing that aside, what are your first thoughts on New York City as of, let's say, when you were here for Overwatch League first Grand Finals at Barclays?
Gosh, so that was already still my my third trip by that point, I think, to New York. But my first impressions of the city are just Jesus Christ, this place is absolutely huge. I had never seen a city this big until I got here before. And also it smells real bad.
Yeah, in the summer it smells especially bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's not just you. Thanks.
Ha ha ha!
You definitely usually here during the summer, so it's been,
Yeah.
humid and
Yes.
hot.
Oh, the next question. This is a good one.
Oh.
What brings you to New York City?
Well, my girlfriend, who you guys all know as Bane, forced me to move here.
Basically.
Yeah, it was just
Yes, it was
she
it was
dragged me here kicking
Maybe
and
we
screaming.
shouldn't
I had
joke,
no
but-
oh shit, yeah.
Maybe
no
not.
say in the matter was just exclusively
Yeah,
better get here
you
or
need to
I'll
be
kill you.
here.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bane didn't want to go to Australia, so
This is a joke. This isn't
it is a
true.
joke. It's a joke. You moved here.
Yes, no, I moved
for
here.
this one.
It's one of my favorite cities, so I've been here so many times, so when it came to do I move here or not, it was just an easy answer.
Yeah. Backstory is you were here a year ago in December to visit Bane.
Yeah.
And my flight was less than 24 hours before you arrived. And I was livid. I was seriously so mad when I figured that out. And then I planned this time, as in when I was going home for break, to stay until you arrived, and then I left.
Yeah, we finally got to meet. It
Yes.
took a whole year
It took
longer
a
than
whole
everybody
year
else.
longer than everybody else.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Anyways, still salty. Outside of Homefront, do you have any other plans?
Yeah. My plans are... Well, so what else are we doing? We're going to the pre-party Tomorrow, I think we're doing the karaoke after party thing. I don't think we're doing the brunch because I don't know, that's too early in the morning.
I'm not either.
Yeah. Please, I'm unemployed at the moment. I sleep in until like 11. It's great.
Completely fair.
But yeah, that's my kind of key plans for this weekend. Other than that, I'm
And yours, right?
out in the city.
You're doing the same thing, I'm
yeah,
assuming?
yeah, we're doing the same thing.
Nice. All right. Last question, which is an interesting question. What questions do you have about New York City?
I feel like most of my questions about New York have kind of been answered at this point.
Yep.
Like, I've generally complained about most things or asked the things I'm unsure about. So, yeah, I don't know.
How's the subway system going for you now that you're using it on your own? You know?
It's honestly, it's a really straightforward train system. I love how big it is. So so Melbourne, the city is tiny. The trains are just like,
yeah, no. Okay.
So it's nice to have an actual city train system that works and does its job and is really easy to follow. Thank you.
Works and does its job is subject to change.
Ratio
but-
to the rest of the trains that work.
Yes,
In
correct.
proportion to
Did you guys
it.
talk about what train? Did we do a train segment already and I just missed it?
Yeah.
Okay,
Bane
just
did.
making sure. Don't
actually,
trust
I will
the
say-
L on the weekends.
The one thing that drives me insane about the subway here is that you walk to some stations and there won't be a thing to say how long until the next train. It drives me insane. Like, why is that? Tell me how long I have to wait.
Get the transit app.
I do. I have that now, but
City
it's
Mapper.
still stupid.
No, transit's better.
I'm just saying, it's stupid, and the station should tell me.
That's fair. Sometimes they have an announcement that just says it's approaching the station, but obviously it doesn't help.
Yeah.
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 Oh, there's another card.
I think the questions are the same. They're just neatly written on the other one.
Well, what other questions can I ask you?
What do you want to know? How long do we have?
I don't know how
Forever.
long. I mean, we could sit here until Waypoint closes.
It's really hot in this room, so I'm gonna.
You want to get out?
Advise against that.
Okay.
but We can keep chatting. Just I don't know who's watching. Just
Just
chat
chatting.
have any
It
questions?
literally says
For-
just chatting on Twitch.
Any questions for an Aussie who's just moved to New York, I guess.
Or a student who hopes to stay here later. Wait, what is Aim's fave place in the city so far?
My favorite place in the city so far. There is. I actually haven't been here this time round, and I really need to drag Bane there. But there's a restaurant called the Hummus Place, and all of their meals have stop it. All of their meals have hummus in them, and it's amazing.
You're
And-
joking!
Yeah.
Can we go?
Yes!
Oh my god!
It's my favorite place. It is amazing. A friend took me there when I was here like a couple years
I'm
back,
so
and I was like crying when I
excited.
was ordering food. I love hummus so much.
Love hummus. I'm gonna cry. Hummus is so good.
It's the best.
Hummus is my favorite. Do we have any other questions? Hi, Lindsay. Do you have any other questions? Does anyone have any? Hummus pog.
Me too,
Yes.
thanks.
My brain. Exactly that.
What's your favorite bagel combination?
Oh.
Okay. I have a really weird bagel combination.
Oh no! Are
that-
you gonna ruin this friendship? Are you gonna?
I don't know.
Oh,
Maybe
no.
Elena Bane likes to judge it for me, to judge me for it rather. But
It's pretty
I think
good. I
it
had
tastes delicious. Cinnamon raisin bagels with hummus.
Oh, you told me this. Bane told me this.
I
not bad.
really like hummus.
It's
If
not.
if it's toasted, it's good.
Okay.
Yeah,
That makes
not bad.
sense. Okay. Understandable.
If the hummus isn't too salty, it gets along.
What about extra garlicky hummus though? That's the thing.
Oh no, I probably wouldn't do that.
Okay. Because I feel like
It's
it has to be
probably-
really subtle.
It's gotta probably be like subpar hummus to go with cinnamon raisin. In my
Same.
opinion.
Some bagel
No, that
places,
makes sense.
Kind of subpar hummus, and I'm like, this isn't really what I wanted. I wanted hummus that tastes good.
Can you hear Bane?
Is that Josh in the chat?
Yeah.
Josh, I love you.
Who's Josh? Friend Josh?
Our friend from.
Oh.
Let's see.
Okay,
this
just
one.
making sure.
JD, if you were a sandwich, what kind of sandwich would you be?
Is that for both of us?
I would.
You go first.
I would be a Vegemite sandwich. Straya.
That's happening. What?
If I was a sandwich, of course, what else am I gonna say? It'd be un-Australian.
Like a BLT? Like you don't have to say something. BLT. I would be a BLT.
All right, you can be a BLT then. Congrats.
What else goes on a Vegemite sandwich?
Sorry.
Butter and Vegemite.
White
Just-
bread.
uh-huh.
Butter.
Uh huh.
Vegemite.
Okay.
But just a little bit of Vegemite.
Yeah. No,
Like
I
a
tried
shit
that
ton.
at your place.
Yeah.
It was good.
And that's it.
Okay. I was wondering if there was like more added to it, and that kind of made me uncomfortable.
No.
Okay.
Some people put like avocado, some people put cheese.
Ooh.
Like you can add more.
Huh. Sandwiches are good. Basic, hummus or flavored. Basic. You have to make it right
Garlic.
though. Lots
It
of
would be a
garlic.
garlic sandwich?
Lots of lemon juice.
I would just be garlic.
Just garlic? Sprouting garlic or just a garlic clove? You know how like it gets a little green
I want
sprout?
like I would be like you when you get that really fresh garlic.
Yep.
The really perfectly round, and you don't really have to crush it too much for it to peel off
Mhm.
and it doesn't stick to the clove. That's me.
It's a very interesting take. Bane would be a clove of garlic.
Did you bring Vegemite? Hell yeah, I did. Actually, no, I didn't bring it this time round. Bane's had some at her place for a while, so I'm
Yeah,
slowly
from the
making-
24-hour stream.
Yeah,
When we were eating spoonfuls
I
of
thought
it.
that she'd just been eating it when I wasn't here, and I was like, "Oh, that's really cute. You've been slowly eating the Vegemite that I brought you." And then she's like, "Oh no, we actually used it on a 24-hour stream, and it was like a
Donation.
incentive to donate, and then we had to like eat a mouthful of it." And I was like, "Oh, thanks."
Yeah.
But I need to bring a bigger thing when I come back because there's not that much left, and I love my Vegemite toast.
Indeed. Let's see.
I would describe Vegemite as like if you were to put soy sauce on bread, that's pretty much Vegemite.
I think it's stronger than that.
Well, it's like you also don't use that much soy sauce.
That's true. That's
so,
true.
Yeah.
Similar,
idea.
Similar strength.
Okay.
But yes, Josh will bring some Vegemite to LA, and you can try it. It's great. We'll get Krista to bring some.
Yeah, dude, Josh, Asians love Vegemite. Guaranteed.
Did you bring Vegemite stockpile?
I kind of want to do like a garlic and Vegemite toast thing, like kind of rub some garlic on some toast and then.
I
put
bet
butter
that sounds
and
good.
Vegemite.
But you should do garlic. You should make your own garlic paste. Is what you should do. So like
No, if you
really
just-
finely minced, and then
That'd be too like if you just take just regular garlic, just scrape it against toast. That's like an even subtler.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, but it's still a little bit strong for me. I would like probably just roast the garlic a little bit, or just I don't know. I don't know.
You could brown it.
What are you guys looking forward to as we head into spring? I am really looking forward to the sun, and
We still get a good amount of sun here. I come from a place where I don't get. Okay. Seattle, Washington has had not a single recorded day of sun, like more than 8 hours of sun, since November, okay?
I live-
We get sun here.
I
It's
le-
depressing where I
left
live.
my summer to be here. It's cold.
You'll get your chance. I never get my chance. But yeah, no, I agree.
Aside from the weather, I don't know, just being able to like go outside and do things and not wear like 6 bajillion layers and.
Who was it that we were
complain
talking
like a
to
little bitch?
that said that spring in New York City is like the best time in the world?
Yeah, I can't wait for my seasonal depression to like stop and then I'll be happy.
Spring is wonderful here. I love spring here. I think it's really nice.
Yeah.
The parks are so pretty when that
Yeah,
happens.
yeah.
Because everything just goes all of a sudden.
Was the change justified? Yeah, it was like, so I mean, my entire country is like.
This has become the transition from Australia to New York City.
My entire country's on fire at the moment. So we were having like 100-degree weather every day, and then I get here and it's cold. So yeah, it was pretty.
How would
pretty
advice
drastic.
on dressing for colder weather?
Oh, good one. Should I take this one?
Yeah, go for it.
It depends on the weather. New York, you should layer because you're going a lot of in and out of things, especially the subway. As soon as you step onto the platform, even if it's -5 degrees outside, it feels like 70 when you have all the layers on. So layer, usually 3. I go like t-shirt, sweater, jean jacket.
Okay, maybe you're like the experienced cold person. What's the new to cold answer?
I wear thermals, and then I regret my decisions when I get inside. That's why you don't wear thermals. Yeah. And then I wear a lot of hoodies, and I steal all my girlfriend's bomber jackets because they're comfy.
It's also a way to do
Get a
it.
girlfriend, steal all of her hoodies. That's my
Can
advice.
confirm. Yeah, it works.
Yeah.
It really does. But yeah, layer. Don't wear shorts. If you're gonna wear pants, cuff them. It'll be better inside. I also just always cuff my pants, so I can't
Let me
really
see
say.
those ankles.
No. I'm wearing long socks right now anyway, so I guess you can see a little bit of them. That's basically it, just layer. I don't like using umbrellas, but if it rains, umbrellas.
What else would you use for the rain other than an umbrella?
A Gore-Tex rain jacket.
Yeah.
It's just a rain jacket.
Okay.
But Gore-Tex is fancy.
We don't have an umbrella at the moment, and it's kind of depressing.
You don't?
No.
Oh.
I think our roommate stole it when she moved out.
You're
I can't
joking!
find our umbrella.
Well, that sucks.
Yep.
Sorry. I'm sorry, this is a lot down here.
What?
Can you just pop your head up just not too oh Oh, that's so good. Oh, okay, it's all we should probably close it out, don't you think? It's almost 9 p.m.
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
Oh, Tiff's giving us a look. Is
Yeah,
that
yep,
close it up?
that's it.
All
That's a
right.
close it up. Well,
Well, thank you so much for chatting with us,
the
guys.
5DVs.
Yes.
yeah, we're doing it.
We hope you're nice and excited for the homestand this weekend. We're going to be there all weekend. There's a lot of other events happening if you're not going to those. There is a 5DV discount code to attend all of the NYXL events.
Yep.
It's just 5 Deadly Venoms, 5DV.
Literally 5 DV.
Okay, just 5DV.
That's the. It should take $5 off of your purchase.
Yeah, so use that if you haven't already. Shout out to Waypoint for having us and putting
As
up
always.
with all of our shit when
Yep.
we're here.
Don't.
You
Yep.
should absolutely. Is this? Am I not supposed to swear?
No, I don't know. I already
They
swore
shouldn't
last
have
time,
asked
so
an Aussie on the stream,
yeah,
no. Yeah, if you haven't been here before, you should absolutely come down and check it out because it's a lovely bunch of people who run it, and the food here is also really good. We also have.
Oh, good, you have it.
Yeah, I have one. Oh, thank you.
No, give me here. I'll do it too. Oh,
They're coming at me. There are also now 5DV stickers that are super cute.
Please. Oh, I got that. Wait. No, stop.
I am not sure where you can get these. Do you know where you can get these from, Kate?
Honestly, I'm not sure.
Come to Waypoint right now if you want one. But other than that,
We might have them this weekend. I'm really not sure. You're a child. Can you stop?
we'll probably have them this weekend. So find Tiff and get them off her. Otherwise, I don't know. I guess check the 5TV Twitter. And
They're really nice. I just put one on my computer. Very well. That was a really good throw. Very well designed. Nice and thick. I actually was able to put it on and then peel it off a
they're
smidge.
like really good quality.
No,
I'm
they're
super
very
happy
good
with
quality.
Them.
Shout out Rich for setting this stuff up. Thank you. It's upside down. Here, flex. Ready? I gotta make sure these are all in the right direction. Please don't throw any more. Gang, gang. I love it.
Gang, gang.
All right. Thank
Awesome.
you guys. Use that code 5DV, brunch, whatever it may be, karaoke. Use it.
Hell yeah. All
Have
right.
a
Thanks
good
so much
night.
for hanging out, guys. Have a great night.
Bye.
So it's probably no surprise that 5 Deadly Venoms happens to know a little bit about Chinatown. But I'm gonna take you somewhere real special that runs deep in the history of New York City and is actually one of the most fascinating parts, I think, of Chinatown. Doyer Street, AKA the Bloody Angle. There have been more murders here on this corner than anywhere else in the city, according to the New York Times. But the reason I love this is that Doyer Street and the Bloody Angle has some of the most important history about Chinatown all within this kind of few meters. This was the heart of the Chinatown gang wars. The Hip Sing Tong, the On Leong Tong, they used to go to war here along with the four brothers, and they would literally go and fight with hatchets, which is where that term hatchet man comes from. It's actually from the fights that used to happen here. And I'm gonna take you in. So what you see right here is a little curiosity shop. Now this store is real famous because it's been here for years and years and years. What people always forget is that this used to be part of the heroin trade here in New York City. But now they just sell statues, they don't sell so much heroin. So over here, you see a building that just looks like a restaurant these days. The 5 Doyer Street has some deep history. That used to be the Chinatown Theater, where there was one of the most infamous gang assassinations of all time here in the Chinatown neighborhood, that then kicked off almost, I think it was 30 years of gang warfare here in the city. But now, the place I've wanted to take you, Tasty Hand-Pulled Noodles Incorporated. So now that we're here, why don't we grab a seat, get something to eat. You know, back in the day, you'd occasionally walk by these storefronts and you'd hear this slapping, right? Because one of the most common ways to prep the dough for the noodles is that they kind of twist and slap and they're always hitting this steel table. This place is particularly special for me though, because a lot of the students from USA Shaolin Temple, after we do our big testing sessions, we'd all come here totally drained of energy and just eat a whole lot of noodles and drink a whole lot of soup. And this was always sort of a small place we kind of get away to as a crew and to sort of reflect upon the lessons that we learned at the temple and ease some of the bruises that we had on our bodies. So the best things about these soups and why we used to come here all the time after the temple is that we could never really agree on what we wanted. So like all of us just got like order number 1 because it's really like the most Chinese of soups. But the best thing is they got knife cut noodles here. So you won't see them prepare it, but they take like a hooked blade, it looks like a cleaver. But the cool thing about the knife cut noodle, it's exactly what you think it is. It's kind of this weirdly shaped, kind of inconsistently shaped noodle, which just is really nice because what ends up happening is because the noodle has different textures and thicknesses and densities all the way throughout, it actually adds a lot to like the actual eating experience. So it's not so chewy, sometimes it is, but it gives a little bit of like, you know, good mouthfeel in that weird, creepy way that people say mouthfeel when they talk about food, but it's like got a good mouthfeel. I'm not going to say that anymore though, because that's just making me feel really weirded out. All right, so we just had some great tasty hand-pulled noodles incorporated, and I'm going to take you to a couple more of my additional haunts. But one of the baddest places you'll ever find is right here. It's Boklei Trading, and it is the place where you get all your martial arts supplies when you're downtown here in Chinatown. So if you need a sword, if you need to get a kind of discount, not so great shi knife or kendo, or you just want to get some great books of martial arts, this is the joint you're going to go to. So now I'm going to show you my favorite park, which incidentally was the first park I came to when I moved here to New York. I came to this park for one reason and one reason alone. I had to use the bathroom. But more importantly, Columbus Park is pretty wild because it's sort of this cultural hub for a lot of what Chinatown is and what you're going to find when you come here to see what New York style of Chinese culture is. So you find a lot of folks playing different games, tabletop all at the bottom, and up top, in that gazebo, you typically find people practicing boxing, kung fu, and all sorts of crazy things because that's what you do in Columbus Park. But I never called it Columbus Park. I always called it Sun Yat-sen Park because in this park, we have the glorious statue of Sun Yat-sen with, of course, that famous inscription, Tian Xia Wei Gong, all under heaven are equal. And if that ain't something that works for the 5 Deadly Venoms, I don't know what does. So Columbus Park is pretty wild because it's got the turf pitch. So what you'll find here is a lot of people come here, it's a lot of soccer leagues, basketball courts, etc. But back in those darker days of Chinatown, gunshots would ring out sometimes at night. I had a friend who grew up in this area, and when they played ball, you know, it'd be like 6 o'clock at night, they're shooting some hoops, and then pop, pop, pop. What happened? It hit the deck, check to make sure everyone's okay, and get back to playing. That tells you how much this area has changed. And that's a beautiful thing about New York. It's always in flux and it's always evolving. But if you want my personal opinion of one, and you need a dumpling store to go to, the dumpling store you go to is at 42 Mulberry, and it is Tasty Dumpling. And it is exactly what you think. The dumplings are tasty, and they are dirt cheap. You usually get a plate for about $3. It's good enough for me, good enough for students. I'm all good. Now, the last stop on our tour of Chinatown, courtesy of yours truly, Great Root Bear, is actually going to be at the first place where I really discovered what it was to be a member of this community, and that is the beautiful city of New York. What you have right here is the USA Shaolin Temple. The Shaolin Temple is a really, really unique place because what a lot of people don't realize is that Shaolin Gong Fu is based on Chan Buddhism. But why it's important is that what Shifu teaches is what he calls action meditation, sharpening your blade. Because Kung Fu is just meditation, and people don't realize that. See, they want to think that it's all about fighting arts, looking great, being awesome, and it is. But the most important aspect of Shaolin Gong Fu is that you are strengthening your mind, you're strengthening your heart. And a lot of those values are what I tried to put into 5 Deadly Venoms. I mean, look, Waypoint's just around the corner from here, and having the temple here, and where what was my home for a long time, was one of the reasons we took the name 5 Deadly Venoms. But we're gonna get inside so you can see just a little bit of one of the most unique places here in New York that if you have a chance to drop by for a trial class, if you're here for a week, I encourage you to check it out. You'll find nothing else in the world like it. So I hope you enjoyed this little historical tour of Chinatown. No, it wasn't all of New York. I know I said I promised a whole bunch of New York spots, but the other Venoms are going to have that covered for you. But from me to you, I just want to say thank you so much for watching. And if you have any questions about coming down to Chinatown, rocking it out with the crew, just find us on Twitter at NYXL_Venoms. Otherwise, you can always find us in the local meetup section of the NYXL Discord. So once again, this is Great Root Bear, also known as Rich, saying peace and Amitofo. I'll catch you later.